the head boy, is a loquacious orator, and I now request him to speak a few words of inspiration.
Respected teachers, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, a very good morning to one and all present here. Well, today I take this opportunity to narrate to you a story of my life, a story that began with a ding-dong bells and ended at an invisible man by Mr. H.G. Wells. A story that has shaped me, a story where I have learned the most important lessons of my life. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been 18 years of my life. I am 18 years old. That means that I've spent 18 years on this planet, 18 years on this land. And if someone was to ask me, which is the most beautiful year, which is the most beautiful moment of your life, and if I were to give an honest answer, I would surely say that the 1 year, 5 months, and 7 days that I've spent in Genesis has been the most beautiful moment of my life. Ladies and gentlemen, you must be thinking that it's an obligation, it's a formality for me to say so, but no. I will tell you the reason as to why I am saying that the 1 year, 5 months, and 7 days that I've spent in Genesis has been the most beautiful moment of my life. I come from a family where neither of my parents are educated. Neither of them can speak in English. Neither of them are educated. Not because they did not want to educate themselves, but because they were very, very financially weak. Until class 8, I was a very notorious child. I used to sit on the back seat of the class and do all sorts of naughtiness. And then one fine day, my father called me and narrated his story to me and said, "Son, I could not educate myself, but it's my dream to see you getting educated. But it's my dream to see you speaking fluently in English. But it's my dream to see you studying in an English medium school." That day, I made my father's dream my own dream. My father said, "I want to see you leading the world." And that day, I made his dream my dream. The very next day, I went to my school, back there in Calcutta, my hometown. I told my teacher, "Ma'am, I want to give a speech." She smirked and she said, "Oh really, you can hardly speak in English and you want to give a speech?" I was really heartbroken. The one whole year, class 8, I watched English movies, I read English books. I talked to my friends in English so that I could learn English. And then when I reached class 9, I had learned a little English by this time. And I told my teacher in class 9 that, "Sir, I want to give a speech in the assembly." Sir said, "That's not your cup of tea. Leave it, son." I was again rejected. I was broken. I had come to class 10 now, and I told my teacher again, "Sir, I want to give a speech now." I was again rejected. English elocution, I was rejected. English debate, I was rejected. Hindi elocution, I was rejected. Hindi debate, I was rejected. Everywhere, wherever I wanted to give a speech, I was rejected. And then I came to Delhi. I came to Genesis. And on the very first day in class 11, I told my class teacher, Mr. Sunil Hussain, that, "Sir, I want to give a speech." He said, "After 1 week is our class assembly. Go and give a speech." And I went and I gave a speech on this podium in front of the same audience. Thank you so much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, back there in Kolkata, for 3 years I used to give speech. But standing in front of the mirror in the washroom, I was a bathroom speaker. You know, we've got bathroom singers. I was a bathroom speaker. I used to stand in front of the mirror, imagine myself standing in front of the audience, imagine myself holding a mic, imagine a podium in front of me, and I used to give a speech. Everything was just an imagination for the past 3 years. But when I came to Genesis, I had the real podium, I had the real mic in my hand, I had the real audience in front of me, and of course the applause were also real. Genesis has taken me out from that imaginary world and has thrown me into the world of reality. Thank you so much to Genesis. Ladies and gentlemen, Genesis has taught me to dream. It has taught me that unless you dream big, you won't achieve big, as Mr. Ajay Singh has pointed out. And that day, after my first speech, I saw a dream. I saw a dream to become the head boy of the school. I saw a dream to become the school captain. And the first thing that I did after seeing this dream, I went to my brother Najam, who's sitting right there. And I told him, you know, Najam, I want to be the head boy of the school. And he laughed at me. And then I read a quote by Mr. Robin Sharma where he said, if people aren't laughing at your dream, that means that you don't have a big enough dream. So ladies and gentlemen, Genesis has taught me to dream big so that I can achieve big. And then I would like to thank every single student seated here who believed in my dream, every single teacher seated here who supported me and who trusted on my dream, my house parents, and above all, Mr. Pradeep Paul and Mr. Ajay Singh, for being with me in every next step that I took to achieve my dream. And fortunately, I became the head boy of the school. Now I was on the top, I was very happy being the head boy of the school. I was very, very happy being the head boy of the school. And suddenly after weeks, everything changed. Everything changed. The situation, the environment around me changed. People who used to love me started hating me now. People who used to like me started disliking me now. And I was confused, I was perplexed, I was shocked. I was in a fix that what is this happening? A few days back, these people used to love me and now they're hating me. I started self-introspecting that what is the mistake that I'm doing? What is the sin that I'm committing because of which people are hating me? And then I found out my mistake. I found out that I was being honest. I found out that I was just being an honest head boy. And hence, because of which I have hurt many of you present here. So I hold my hands together today and I ask for your forgiveness. I ask for your forgiveness because I made you run on the field early in the morning when you were late for the pollen. I am sorry for not letting you wear the wrong uniform. I am sorry for stopping you from doing every wrong that you tried to do. Many of you got suspended because of me. I am sorry. All I know is that I was being honest. All I know is that I was doing my duty. All I know is that I was just practicing what my father had taught me. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you would forgive me and understand that I actually love you the same way I used to. And understand that I actually care for you the same way I used to. And you would forgive me. Ladies and gentlemen, I came across a very beautiful poem in Hindi which I would like to narrate to you and read it out to you. मेरे यारों, साथ का ये पल दास्तां में बदल रहा. मेरे यारों, साथ का ये पल दास्तां में बदल रहा. आ गया वो वक्त जब हमें अलविदा कहना पड़ रहा. मेरे दोस्तों ठीक से देख लो कहीं कुछ छूट ना जाए. मेरे दोस्तों ठीक से देख लो कहीं कुछ छूट ना जाए. मेरे दोस्तों ठीक से देख लो कहीं तुम्हारी वजह से कोई दिल टूट ना जाए. भुला के सारी रंज से आज गले मिल लो. फिर से मिलने का वादा कर लो क्योंकि आ गया है वो वक्त जब हमें अलविदा कहना पड़ रहा. आ गया है वो वक्त हमें अलविदा. Ladies and gentlemen, I would end on a very beautiful note where with conviction I make one promise to you that this is not the last time that I'm speaking on the podium of Genesis. I'll be back for Genesis conversation. Thank you so much.